Hello everyone, my name is Mrs. Helen and I'm your English teacher.
And I'm Mr. Zach and I'm your English teacher too. This is the 7th class and welcome to the lesson.
მოგესალმებით მეგობრებო, ეს ჩვენი მეშვიდე გაკვეთილია. მოდი დავიწყოთ.
For today's topic, we have cooking for General English A1+.
დღევანდელი გაკვეთილის თემა გახლავთ საჭმლის მომზადება. ზოგადი ინგლისური დონე A1+.
For the agenda today, we have the vocabulary, then we move on to the reading comprehension, then we have a bit of grammar, and lastly, the summing up and homework, our favorite part.
მოდით გავიაროთ დღევანდელი გაკვეთილის განრიგი. პირველ რიგში ჩვენ აუცილებლად გავივლით ლექსიკას, სადაც ვისწავლით ძალიან ბევრ ახალ სიტყვას საჭმლის გამზადებასთან დაკავშირებით. შემდეგ ჩვენ გვექნება პატარა თემატური ტექსტი, რაზეც შევასრულებთ სავარჯიშოებს, ასევე გავივლით გრამატიკის სექციას, შემდეგ აუცილებლად შევაჯამებთ განვლილ მასალას და საბოლოოდ გვექნება საშინაო დავალების სექცია.
So now let's begin with today's vocabulary for cooking, and we will go one by one for each word. So the first word for today is flavor, a noun.
Flavor, არსებითი სახელი, გემო, არომატი. Together, flavor.
And next we have chef, a noun.
Chef, არსებითი სახელი, შეფმზარეული. Repeat together, chef.
And next we have dish, a noun.
Dish, არსებითი სახელი, კერძი. Together, dish, კერძი.
And after that we have delicious, adjective.
Delicious, ზედსართავის სახელი, გემრიელი. Together, Zach, delicious, გემრიელი.
And next we have dessert, a noun.
Dessert, არსებითი სახელი, დესერტი. Together, dessert.
And after that we have ingredients, noun.
Ingredients, არსებითი სახელი, ინგრედიენტები. Together, ingredients. ინგრედიენტები.
And next we have recipe, noun.
Recipe, არსებითი სახელი, რეცეპტი. Once more, recipe. რეცეპტი.
And now for the last one, we have restaurant, a noun.
Restaurant, არსებითი სახელი, რესტორანი. Together,
Restaurant.
რესტორანი.
So now let's move on to the vocabulary task where we will match the words with the meaning.
ახლა კი გადავიდეთ ლექსიკის პირველ დავალებაზე. ამისათვის საჭიროა დაუკავშიროთ სიტყვები მნიშვნელობებს.
So Helen, for the first one, for chef, do you know what the correct meaning is?
For chef, I remember that we need here a professional cook. So the answer here is E.
Awesome. And for number 2, what about for flavor? Do you know the correct meaning for that one?
I remember the correct meaning for that one, and it is G, a special taste. Now let's do the third sentence. Zach, do you remember the meaning for delicious?
Yes, I do. It's A, something with a pleasant taste.
Well done, Zach. And now let's do for dish. Do you remember the meaning?
I know this one too. It's C, a specially cooked food.
Wonderful.
And what about for 5, ingredients? Which one is that one?
I remember that, and it is F. So food or liquid you use to make a dish.
Great job. And what about 6? Do you know?
And the 6 is recipe. So I remember that, and it is instructions to make a dish. This is B. And the last one we have here, Zach.
Last one, dessert.
Yes.
I think I know this one. It should be something you eat after a meal, like ice cream. So that is D.
Well done, Zach.
Now let's do the second vocabulary task, where we will complete the conversation with the right words.
ლექსიკის მეორე დავალებისთვის მოდით დავასრულოთ დიალოგი სიტყვებით.
So Helen, your dish looks interesting. Is it good?
Is it? I think we need here. It is delicious.
Oh, great. And do you know who is the blank of this restaurant?
I think we need here chef.
Great.
And for the next one, Zach, I want to ask him or her for the blank of the blank. Can you guess the words here?
I can do it. So I want to ask him or her for the recipe of this dish.
Well done, Zach.
And now let's go over them one more time just so you understand a little bit better. So Helen, your dish looks interesting. Is it good? Helen, it is delicious.
And next one, do you know who is the chef of this restaurant? And the next one, I want to ask him, her, for the recipe of this dish.
Great. Now let's continue on with this exercise. So, I don't know, but I can say that blank at this restaurant is great.
I think we need here dessert.
Great. Yes, I know ice cream is delicious here.
And now for the next one. Okay, which blank would you like? Which word do we need here, Zach?
I think it is, okay, which flavor would you like?
Well done, Zach. And the last one here, chocolate one. Also, let's ask what other blank it has. Which word do we need here, Zach?
It should be ingredients. So, chocolate one. Also, let's ask what other ingredients it has.
Wonderful.
Thanks. So now let's move on to the reading comprehension. So Helen, I see two pictures here. And can you please tell me what the connection between these two photos are?
Okay, Zach, I will tell you. I see two cooks in the picture and a restaurant. I think that one of the cooks works in that restaurant. Or maybe one of the cooks is a chef of that restaurant. Am I right?
Oh, let's find out.
Okay.
I know one of them, Kate. She is from Britain but lives in Georgia. She has a restaurant in Tbilisi and she is the chef. She knows almost all Georgian food and she knows all of the recipes for them. She cooks all Georgian dishes with special ingredients. That's why it's so delicious. And in her restaurant, she makes different dishes with all different flavors. That's why so many people come.
And now about Mark. So Kate has a friend, Mark. He is from France and he works at Kate's restaurant. Mark can't cook Georgian traditional dishes, but he can cook French desserts. Some people often go to that restaurants to eat only Mark's desserts. Mark buys ingredients in the French supermarket. Sometimes people go to that restaurants to eat only that dessert. That's why his desserts are always delicious.
Wow, I didn't know that about Mark.
And I did not know a lot about Kate.
Well, thanks for telling me. So now let's move on to our first reading comprehension task, where we will match the sentences with the photos.
ახლა კი გავიწყოთ პირველი სავარჯიშო. ამ სავარჯიშოსთვის დაუკავშირეთ წინადადებები ფოტოებს.
So Helen, do you remember who is from Britain?
I remember that Kate is from Britain.
Oh, fantastic. And who is from France?
I'm not sure about that. Can we ask our friends?
Let's ask them.
Can you help me and tell me who is from France? Exactly. Mark is from France. And now, Zach, who is a chef?
I know Kate is the chef.
Well done, Zach. And let's do the next one, Zach. Who can make Georgian dishes?
Oh, that's definitely Kate.
For sure, Zach. It's very easy, yes?
Yes.
And who can make French dishes, Zach?
Oh, and that's definitely Mark.
Well done, Zach.
And who buys ingredients in the French supermarket?
And it is also Mark.
Definitely is. And who has recipes for every dessert?
I think it was again Mark.
Yeah. Great job. And who has special ingredients for dishes?
I don't remember that exactly. Can we ask our friends?
Let's do it.
Can you help me and tell me which one, Kate or Mark? Exactly. It is Kate.
Great.
Thank you very much. And now we have got the second activity here.
We do, where we will decide if the sentences are true or false.
წაკითხulis გააზრების ამ დავალებისთვის მოდით გადავწყვიტოთ სწორია თუ არა წინადადებები. We can start.
Let's start. So Helen, Kate has a restaurant. Is that true or false?
Kate has a restaurant. I think that this sentence is true.
Great. And also, number 2, Mark works at his restaurant. Is that true or false?
So I remember from the text that Mark works at Kate's restaurant. So the answer here is false.
Great job again.
And now let's do the third sentence, Zach. Kate has a restaurant in Batumi. Is this sentence true or false?
That's false, because I remember from the text that she has a restaurant in Tbilisi.
Well done, Zach. And now let's do the fourth sentence. Mark can do Georgian desserts. Is this sentence true or false?
That is definitely false, because I know that he can only do French desserts.
Exactly, Zach. You're right again.
And for the next one, for number 5, Kate's dishes are not delicious. Was that true or false?
This sentence is definitely false. Am I right?
You are right. And Mark is not Kate's friend. Was that true or false?
I think that this sentence is for sure false.
Great.
Now let's do the seventh sentence. Mark buys ingredients in the Spanish supermarket. Is this sentence true or false?
I know that it's false, because I know Mark only shops at a French supermarket.
Well done, Zach. And the last one, Zach. Some people go to that restaurant to eat only Mark's desserts. Is this sentence true or false?
That is true, because so many people love Mark's desserts.
Well done, Zach.
Thank you. Now we will start the grammar section, where we will start present simple.
ახლა კი გრამატიკის სექციის დროა, სადაც განვიხილავთ ახლანდელ მარტივ დროს.
Do you remember from the text that he always buys ingredients in the French supermarket? And I know every Georgian dish? When you use the present simple You use it for actions you do regularly, such as he always buys ingredients in the French supermarket. And you use it for facts or general truth, like every dish has a different flavor.
ახლანდელ მარტივ დროს გამოვიყენებთ შემდეგ შემთხვევებში. პირველი, ჩვენი შეგვიძლია გამოვიყენოთ ისეთ ქმედებებთან, რომელიც ხდება ყოველდღიურად, მუდმივად და ასე შემდეგ. მაგალითად, he always buys ingredients in the French supermarket. მეორე, present simple ასევე შეგვიძლია გამოვიყენოთ ფაქტებთან და საზოგადო ჭეშმარიტებებთან. მაგალითად, every dish has a different flavor.
And please take notice that for the third person singular pronouns that you use the base form of the verb and you add es or s. Like she knows every Georgian dish, she washes her hair in the morning. And for all the others, you just use the base form of the verb, as in, I know every Georgian food.
როგორც აკმა უკვე აღნიშნა, დავიმახსოვროთ. ამ დროში მტკიცებით ფორმაში ხოლობითი რიცხვის მესამე პირთან she, he, it-თან გვჭირდება ზმნასთან ესი ან es. მაგალითად, she knows every Georgian dish and she washes her hair every morning. ყველა დანარჩენ პირთან თუ რიცხვში ზმნას არ ემატება არც ესი და არც es. მაგალითად, I know every Georgian dish.
So now let's move on to the interrogative form of present simple. So here are a few examples. Do I buy ingredients? Do you buy ingredients? Does he, she, it buy ingredients? Do we buy ingredients? Do they buy ingredients? And please take notice that we use the auxiliary verb do and does and put it at the beginning of the sentence to make it a question. And for the third person singular pronoun, we use does.
როგორც აკმა უკვე აღნიშნა, მოდით განვიხილოთ ახლანდელი მარტივი დროის კითხვითი ფორმა. ამ დროში გვჭირდება დამხმარეზმნები do და does. does დამხმარეზმნა შემოდის ხოლობითი რიცხვის მესამე პირთან she, he, it-თან, ხოლო do დამხმარეზმნა შემოდის დანარჩენ ყველა პირთან. do და does დამხმარეზმნები აუცილებლად დავსვათ წინადადების თავში, რათა მივიღოთ კითხვითი ფორმა.
So please pay attention in the question form. You do not add es or s to the end of the verb.
გაიგონეთ რა თქვა ზაკმა? კითხვით ფორმაში she, he, it-თან, როდესაც შემოდის does დამხმარეზმნა, თავარ ზმნას აუცილებლად ვაშორებთ s და es.
And now for the negative form of present simple, let's do a couple examples. I do not buy ingredients. You do not buy ingredients. He, she, it does not buy ingredients. We do not buy ingredients. They do not buy ingredients. So take notice again, to make it negative, we add the not to after the verb.
როგორც საკიკვეუბნება, უარყოფით ფორმაში აუცილებლად დაუმატოთ დამხმარეზმნებს do და does უარყოფითობის ნაწილაკი not. მაგალითად, I do not buy ingredients. She does not buy ingredients.
And for the negative form, you do not need the ending of the verb es or s.
გაიგონეთ რა თქვა ზაკმა? უარყოფით ფორმაში თავარ ზმნას აუცილებლად ვაშორებთ დაბოლოებას s ან es, როდესაც გვაქვს ხოლობითი რიცხვის მესამე პირი. She, he, it.
Now, Helen, let's move on to our first grammar activity, where we put the verbs in the present simple tense.
გრამატიკის ამ სავარჯიშოსთვის ჩასვით ზმნები present simple-ში.
So for the first one, Helen, he blank in Georgia. What do you think is the correct tense of the verb to live?
Okay, Zach. Now I see here he, and I know that he is singular and it is third person. That's why I need here lives. So he lives in Georgia.
So for number 2, Helen, we blank breakfast every morning. Which is the right verb form to put into the blank spot?
So I see here pronoun we, and it is plural. That's why we do not add s or es in this case. So we eat breakfast every morning. Now let's do the third one. Kate and Mark go to the gym 3 times a week. Is it correct?
Yeah, I think it is because Kate and Mark is plural, so you don't have to add an es or an s to the end of the verb. So Kate and Mark go to the gym 3 times a week.
Well done, Zach. Now let's do the fourth sentence. He blank delicious desserts.
I know this one. It's he makes delicious desserts. Because he is third person singular, so you must add an s or es. And with this case, just s.
Well done, Zach.
Thank you. So for number 5, my grandma blank every Georgian recipe. Which is the right verb form of this one?
I know that, Zach. My grandmother is a singular number and it is third person. That's why I have to add s to the verb, to the main verb. So, my grandmother knows every Georgian recipe.
Great, again. And for 6, a chef blanks special ice cream every day. What is right here?
A chef is the third person and it is singular. That's why I need here makes. So, a chef makes special ice cream every day. Now let's do the 7th sentence. They blank like French food. Zach, what do you think? Which form of the verb like we need here?
I know they is plural, so we must just have like. So you don't need to add an s or es to the end.
Wonderful, Zach. And now let's do the 8th one. Kate blank have a large restaurant. Which form of the verb do we need here, Zach?
So Kate is third person singular, so you need to have an es or s at the end of the verb. So Kate has a large restaurant.
ახლა კი გადავიდეთ გრამატიკის შემდეგ სავარჯიშოზე. გადაიყვანეთ წინადადებები კითხვით ფორმაში.
So for the first one, Helen, she likes Georgian salads. How do you make that interrogative?
So I see here she, it is a third person, it's singular, that's why I need does.
Exactly.
So, and when there is does, I remember from the grammar section that we don't need s ending anymore. So, does she like Georgian salads?
Great,
Okay.
great job. And number 2, John eats eggs every morning. Can you make that interrogative for me?
For sure, Zach. So, the interrogative of this sentence is, does John eat eggs every morning. And now let's do the third sentence. Zach, can you do the third sentence, which is, we go to the restaurant 3 times a week?
Yes, so we change it to, do we go to the restaurant 3 times a week? All you need to do is add the auxiliary verb do to the beginning of the sentence to make it a question.
And now let's do the fourth one, which is, my dog likes delicious dishes. Can you do it interrogative?
I can. So I know that I make it, does your dog like delicious dishes? So dog is third person singular, so you must have does, and you take off the S from likes.
Well done, Zach. Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now let's do the last task here in the grammar section.
Let's do it, and now let's make the sentences negative.
გრამატიკის ამ სავარჯიშოსთვის გადაიყვანეთ წინადადებები უარყოფით ფორმაში.
So for the first one, Helen, Kate's grandmother makes delicious desserts. Can you make that negative for me?
For sure, Zach. So, Kate's grandmother does not make delicious desserts.
Great job. And for the second one, Mark drinks a lot of water. Can you make it negative?
Of course, Zach. So, Mark does not drink a lot of water. And now let's do the third sentence, which is, you want to become a chef. Can you do it?
You do not want to become a chef.
Fantastic, Zach. And now let's do the fourth sentence. We have a small cafe.
So, we do not have a cafe. So you must add do not right after we to make it negative.
Well done, Zach. Fantastic.
Thank you. So now we're getting close to the end again. So let's do the summing up of the vocabulary.
And here you see on the screen the vocabulary that we have covered today.
So as you see, we also went over in the grammar section the affirmative, interrogative, and negative forms of present simple. And now it is time for the best part, like always, homework. So please write about a person who is a good cook for you and why.
ახლა კი საშინაო დავალების დროა. საშინაო დავალებისთვის აღწერეთ ვინ არის თქვენთვის კარგი მზარეული და რატომ. Zach, can you do an example for us?
Sure.
Thank you.
So my grandmother is a very good cook. She likes to use all different ingredients. She knows how to make all different kinds of special flavors. Her special dish is spaghetti, and she only knows the recipe of it.
Thank you, Zach. It was a great example.
Thank you. And now please send in your homework to the address on the screen.
თქვენი საშინაო დავალებები გამოაგზავნეთ ეკრანზე მითითებულ მისამართზე.
So it looks like it's time to finish the lesson, sadly enough.
Okay, we have to finish.
Yeah, so maybe we should say goodbye to our friends.
For sure, we have to.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.